Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me as always. So in this video, it might be a bit of a semi-redundant video for quite a lot of you. But I keep on getting questions and comments of videos and DMs regarding the differences between the likes of Proffie and Xenopixel. So this, obviously this video being titled obviously Proffie versus Xeno V2. This also applies to the likes of CFX and Golden Harvest, Asteria, other kind of higher tier soundboards as well, because you can do a lot with those soundboards that you can't do with the Xeno V2 soundboard. So I really wanted to make this short-ish kind of video just to kind of really go through the kind of key points in terms of what the differences are, what you get with Xeno, what you don't get with Xeno, that you might do with the likes of Proffie or Golden Harvest or CFX and other kind of higher tier boards like that. First and foremost, Xenopixel V2, where'd you get them? Well, essentially, that is one of the budget soundboards available from a company called LGT, which you've probably heard of by now if you are doing some research. LGT has a lot of resellers in the world. The main one that I use here in the UK is Padawan Outpost, but there's a bunch of them in the US as well, the likes of Darkwolf, who are an official partner. The company is actually called Darkwolf LGT. Crimson Dawn, Rebel Sabers, Fire Sabers. Down in Australia, you've got the likes of Seraph Sabers, you've got Oz Sabers. There's just so many different companies that resell these budget lightsabers. And because they are budget and because they are Neopixel, they are a very, very, very popular solution, a budget solution for a lot of people. In fact, my Xeno V2 review was one of the top viewed videos on this channel. There was a lot of interest in this new budget soundboard that LGT had came out with, and because as well it's available in so many different models, not just your kind of generic VHC hilts that LGT produce, but also your kind of character, kind of quote unquote replica models as well. So let's have a look at the main differences between the likes of Proffie and the Xeno V2. I made a little graphic here, which is very, very plain, very, very simple. And we'll go through it together just so I can point out some of the main differences between the two soundboards. So, starting from the top, Proffie. Proffie is an open source soundboard. What does that mean? It basically means that anyone can develop it. It's open source, and development is really encouraged with open source hardware or software. So anyone can develop that to make use of it however they see fit. So a lot of the coding that the likes of Fernando does, FET263, if you have a Proffie board, go and check out FET263. What a library of blade styles that guy has. The likes of the Xeno V2, it's not an open source board, it's completely closed. What does this kind of really mean when it comes to adding blade styles and things like that? Well, you can add essentially as many custom blade styles to the Proffie as you want, however much the kind of onboard memory will allow. With the Xeno, however, you are very, very limited. Pre-installed blade styles, I think there's 5 or 6, as well as pre-installed ignition styles. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how many there are, but you do get a bunch, a good variety of ignition kind of styles as well. They both are capable of adding custom sound fonts, so the likes of sound fonts from Kyberphonic and KSith and Grayscale and Darth Phoenix and J. DeLorean and all these kind of great font makers. You can buy sound fonts from their websites, and you know, both of these soundboards will be fully compatible with those. I do have another video I'll leave up here somewhere on how to add sound fonts to the Xeno V2 board. In terms of gesture controls as well, both of these soundboards are fully compatible with gesture controls. They do have to be programmed. Now, like I said a little bit earlier on, the Xeno board isn't really programmable the same way that the Proffie board is. However, LGT and Darkwolf do bring out updates for it on a regular basis. I think we're currently on the 5th update. And these updates bring different blade styles. I think we had a new Rainbow Blade recently come out. As well as gesture control, so the likes of swing on, twist off, thrust on. And you can go into the config on the Xeno SD card, and you can actually fine tune all of these kind of gesture controls, as well as the volume, You can also fine tune the likes of which sound font is going to start with what blade color. So it is quite good that way as well, but it's nowhere near as customizable and upgradable as what the Proffie is. They do both have updatable software. However, like I just said, the XENO board does have regular updates come from LGT and Darkwolf, and they're very simple to apply. Again, that video that I put up a little second ago, it takes you through the whole process of applying updates to your XENO V2 board. In terms of software for Proffie, we're currently on 5.9, but we are expecting very shortly to have a huge update to OS 6. That is going to completely change the game when it comes to custom sabers, to be honest, guys. And last but not least, Proffie is a top tier soundboard, probably the most top tier soundboard you can get, regarded by many, purely because of how much you can customize it in terms of blade styles. Like I just mentioned, OS 6 there. OS 6 is going to bring so much more onto the saber itself in terms of being able to, you know, on the fly switch blade styles on the saber, kind of start and stuff like that. Essentially, there's so much going into OS 6. It's actually starting to give me a bit of a headache as to how complicated OS 6 actually is looking at the moment. But you know what? The Proffie is usually the more expensive option. You can sometimes pick them up secondhand or on sale for not much more than a XENO V2, but they are usually far more expensive than what the XENO V2 is. The XENO V2 is a budget option. You're going to get Neopixel. Neopixel is a huge thing for people these days. If they buy a lightsaber, most people, if they're not dueling with them, they want Neopixel. I'm not saying that Neopixel is not, you know, good for dueling. I just personally wouldn't do it myself. But you're going to get Neopixel with the XENO V2 as well. You're going to get gesture controls. You're going to get updates periodically from LGT. You can add custom sound fonts. You've got pre-installed blade styles. You've got pre-installed ignition styles. Those are the main differences, guys. You know, if you are the type of person that wants full control over your experience, go Proffie. Go Proffie or go CFX or go Golden Harvest, something like that. If you want a good experience and you're not too bothered by exactly kind of what extent you can customize to, the XENO V2 is the perfect option. It's very cheap in terms of what you actually get in a lightsaber package. You know, like I said, the gesture controls, upgradable software, you can add any sound fonts that you want to, and you're getting Neopixel as well, guys. You know, those are the main differences. Those are the main differences between these two soundboards. And you know, I'm fully aware that, you know, not everyone wants to go and spend $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 or pounds for that matter on a lightsaber. No, not that many people actually can, you know. And if you are in that camp, or if you don't really feel the need to do that, the XENO V2, fantastic budget option, probably the best budget Neopixel option that there is on the market, period. Anyway, guys, I hope that has cleared up, or tried to help at least start to clear up the differences between Proffie and XENO V2. I think I hit pretty much all the major points there between those two boards. They are two very different soundboards, guys. So if you're looking to get into the community, maybe, because this video really is aimed at people who are looking to get into the community, and they might see this soundboard and that soundboard and this soundboard and might kind of wonder what the differences are. I've made this video purely for those people. The reason being, I keep on seeing comments and people keep on asking questions, and I chose Proffie as the kind of the comparison because it's the one that people keep on asking me about. But this could also apply to the likes of CFX and Golden Harvest as well, because you know those soundboards you can do substantially more with than you can with XENO V2 as well. But like I said, I hope this goes kind of some way to clearing up the kind of differences between the two soundboards, and I hope it helps. Anyway, that's it for this one, folks. Remember to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. Click your bell for notifications. We're on the way to 2K. I'll see you in the next one, and may the Force be with you all.